Welcome to another episode of Shop Happenings. Today in the shop, I'm going to run you off to our welding area and take a look at a very complicated project that one of my students did recently. He just finished this up. We made 10 of them. We made a jig, and I'm going to go into great detail about what this is. So stay tuned. So what this is a segment. So the thing under all of this structure here is a segment for a 7-foot diameter blade that cuts through concrete or pavement for road jobs. And it goes on a great big machine, and the company came to us and said, hey, can you come up with a jig or a fixture that we can attach the pockets to that go on these segments. Over here I have one of those pockets. And this pocket's pretty impressive. They get welded onto one of the segments, and then a tooth gets beat into the pocket. It stays there with a retainer. To take them out, we just pry them out. But the specification was this had to be 1/4 of an inch outside the segment. So what my student did is the first time we did it, we thought we didn't have to be 1/4 inch out, and we spaced them out 1/8 and realized they had to be 1/4. So our jig doesn't look as pretty as it was when he first built it because we cut every one of these bars out and reattached them so that we moved all our pockets out 1/4 of an inch. In the process of doing that, he welded on some new gussets and he made a special tool, and this tool allows this jig to work. And the way it works is this tool slides down one of these recesses that he put in, and it slides right into the pocket. And that pocket's now down here. You can kind of see it on the segment, and this will align it every time. So all you have to do is slide this in, throw the pocket on, tack it on, and pull the alignment bar out. When he made this, he just made this with about 18 gauge electric weld pipe, real easy to bend. We heated it in our forge. He also, to make sure that this jig gets placed on this segment accurately every time, is he made a swinging arm that can swing into place. We align it with the end of the segment, and then it can be brought out of the way. So this jig could be used right on the machine if you suddenly lose a tooth. The other issue that we arose, not only getting it on there this way correctly, but getting it vertically correct so that all the pockets fit underneath these sockets in the right location, is he put spacers on. They're really hard to see in the video, but he used 1.5 by 1/4 inch thick steel, welded it right on the clamp here, welded it right on the clamp here, and it holds that in place. The way this works, it's very simple. I'm going to take it off now. You'll see what we did, or I should say what he did. So these are just welding clamps. I'll slide that out of the way. I'll slide this out of the way, and this will just pop, this will just pop right off the segment once I get the clamps loosened up, and I can flip it over. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple device, but very complicated to build. If I sit it here, you'll see here's our swinging arm that can swing out of the way, and all this is an adjustable welding clamp, and we use the clamp, there's bolts over here so that we can adjust where this sits right and left on the segment. And then this just slides in, and we can clamp it onto the segment so we have a rigid place to attach our jig to. So that is a project that one of my students did. In addition to tacking all the pockets on, we did all 10 segments. There are 9 pockets per segment, so we did 90 of these pockets. The company supplied all the segments, they supplied all the welding rod, they supplied all the materials we needed for this, and fortunately we were able to do this for them before the end of the school year. I'm real excited we had this opportunity. We also were able to hard face all of the edges, so these edges are all hard faced. That's something my students had never played with before, and we got a lot of time with our stick welder and learning how to stick weld things like this. So here's a project we did. These are segments for a 7-foot diameter blade. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for more.